We welcome you to another live edition of the Sports Box, your go-to sports podcast featuring great content, conversation, and your occasional disagreement. Stick around to interact and ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
It's all about the cash flow. So come on and get this money, man. Getting paper, and we always do it major on the slow. You know it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Game Winning Drive. It is our season 7 finale. The season's gone quick. I know we've been super busy, but I am excited and ready to get into this and dive into it. We're going to talk about a Super Bowl recap. We're going to get into other things that have been going around, some stuff that came out today. I was on the 2MF on Monday night with my boy Brian and Fogg, and we had some more developing stuff that we talked about from Monday that hasn't revealed itself today. As you get into this episode tonight, we have our resident Eagle fan below us, my little brother, cherishing in that win. And somehow me and Brian got stuck with 2 Eagle guys on our shows. But, you know, it is what it is. It's better than the Cowboys, I always say. So we'll take it easy. Definitely excited to get into it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. As always, man, this is Game Winning Drive. We are on the Sports Box Network. This is our 3rd season being on it, man. We appreciate those boys over there in the New England, Maine area that has been able to support us and give us the platform that we've been blessed to have. So it's been definitely awesome seeing our good views go up and everything like that. So this is great. Let's get into it. Austin, first and foremost, man, congratulations on the Eagles winning, dude. I know this is your 2nd championship, first one since 2017, 2 in the last 10 years, I guess you could say. How do you feel, man, about everything that transpired and your immediate reaction after the double zeros went up?
Oh, man. I didn't think we were going to dominate like that. I don't think anybody did. But I loved every second of it. My immediate reaction was just like, we got another one. We did it. We got it. We got our revenge. We got our get back. We got to have a trilogy, though. I think there's going to be a trilogy down the line. Love everything about it, dude. It felt great. Still a little hungover. But other than that, great, man. We got a second one, man. It felt great.
Anything that surprised you of that game that you did not expect, besides obviously the total beatdown? What's the biggest surprise for you that you took from that game? Because I know, you know, you've been through the ringers with Dom McNabb and you know, Nick Foles, Carson Wentz, and all those boys. But I mean, and then you get Jalen Hurts. And did this game solidify yourself into yourself that Jalen Hurts, this performance of this game, was it more impactful for you as a franchise quarterback? Because I know we know what Nick Foles did. It was a miracle, right? It was a miracle. Is this more important for you moving forward as an Eagles fan to see that Jalen Hurts had this type of game once again on the biggest platform that the NFL can provide?
Yeah, man, absolutely. You know, the Nick Foles thing, we know he wasn't our franchise quarterback. It was an amazing thing he did. With Jalen Hurts, man, everyone kept saying, stop Saquon. You can beat him if you stop Saquon. Make Jalen pass. Make Jalen pass. So for him to come out there and do what he had to do to get the job done, it just put on record like this guy's legit, man. He really can do what needs to get done to, you know, win the big game. Like I said to you guys last week, or I think it was week before, I said, you know, Jalen outperformed Mahomes last Super Bowl. Yeah, he didn't get the win, but he outperformed him.
Brian's been saying that. Brian said that.
Yeah, he did it again. He did it again. Yeah, I know Mahomes didn't have the time, but at the end of the day, Mahomes, when he did have a little bit of time, he still was missing high, missing low. So I got to give it to Jalen, man. I think people need to get off his back a little bit. Hopefully he shuts a lot of people up. It probably won't. This is the way his career has always been, because he's going to say he has a surrounding cast around him, but you still got to do what you got to do, man, because we all heard the noise. Stop Saquon, you win the game, right? So I think he proved it wrong, man. I think he did his thing. I think he did at the highest level, and can't ask for anything better than that, man. He killed it for us.
Yeah. Brian, how much, if you had to do 0 to 100%, how much percentage would you give to Jalen Hurts, to Nick Sirianni, to Vic, and to Kellen Moore?
Oh,
I'm putting you on the spot.
Actually, do some math.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A lot. No, I'll say this. You said so. Jalen, Sirianni, Kellen Moore, and who else?
And Vic Fangio.
I would say Vic Fangio will get most of the percentage, whatever that may be. And then I would say Jalen Hurts would get the second.
So we could go order of importance.
Yeah. So order of importance, I'll say Vic Fangio, Jalen Hurts. I'll say Sirianni, then Kellen Moore.
Okay.
In that order. I think Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio had a game plan, and honestly, he really didn't have to do much because the front four was just dominating the front of the Chiefs. He didn't have to do much.
Didn't have to blitz at all. No blitzing.
He didn't blitz at all, right? So it made his job a little easier, but so it actually kind of makes me even wonder as Jalen go first because look, I said it to somebody today at work. I said, look, man, if Jalen doesn't have the game he has, that game is closer than we think.
1,000%.
Because even though that the Chiefs were being stopped, even though they weren't moving the ball well, if Jalen is not converting first downs, if he's not converting these big clutch passes, if he's not running the way he was, like
preach.
They probably still win, but the game is probably like 23-17 or 21-23 or something like that.
27-17 is what I would say.
I think that was my score. I thought it was gonna be a 23-17 defensive game where like both teams were playing each other very conservative, and it was gonna be one offensive play that somebody was gonna make on one side of the ball. But no, I think Jalen. I won't say Jalen won that game, but like you said, Austin, they stopped Saquon. And I think on our show, we said we felt like Saquon wasn't right. I felt like he wasn't hurt. He was hurt. I felt like he had that calf strain probably was more serious than we were led to believe that he had last game against the Commanders. But Jalen literally did everything he was asked to do and then some, and did something that no one thought he could do. He literally was
exactly.
So that's why they won.
Even in the second half, we didn't talk about it Monday night, but even in the second half, it wasn't touchdown drives, but he was still getting the offense into the scoring positions where Akers came in and kicked the field goals, which is obviously a godsend for Philly because he's been struggling this year. Or I'm sorry, Elliott. Sorry, I don't know why I say Akers all the time, but yeah, Elliott. But I mean, those are still positive gaining drives for Jalen to continue to stomp on the Chiefs. Especially that defense. So yeah, definitely.
What's interesting, real quick before we move on. Interesting. Like Jalen literally almost had an identical game as last Super Bowl. There was nothing that he did. I mean, he had 70.
That's crazy.
He actually had more rushing yards this game. He had 74. He had 70 last game. He had the exact same game, except he didn't fumble it. He didn't turn the ball over.
Right.
That fumble it hurt them. It did. It hurt them. But
instead of a fumble, he threw a pick.
That's true. That's true. He did throw a pick. I forgot. He did throw a pick. But I think that pick was less consequential than that fumble he had.
It was like a punt.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
I think he intercepted like at the 10 or something like that. On
their
side.
It was like a mini punt.
It was like a punt. Yeah.
It was at the 2.
Anything else you want to say, Austin, before we move on into the next subject?
We're fucking champs, boys.
I wish I could feel that. Oh,
I wish I could too. Yo, winning a Super
after both of you, at least you got titles. I mean, you have one since 2000. You've had two, right? You've had two.
We've had two. 2005 and
2004 and 2010.
Should have got 2010, but we didn't because
against Green Bay.
Rashad Menthol wants to fumble it, but
that's right. He did. He did fumble it.
It's getting bleeding though.
Yeah. was this, I don't know why this was a subject, but it was hot on Outside the Box today. Was the Kansas City Chiefs season a success in your guys' eyes?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm gonna say yes as well.
They were 15-1 and made the Super Bowl. Like
I agree. I don't know how this is debatable.
You literally can't do any better except win.
I know our certain creator of Sports Boxes.
I'm gonna say yes as well.
Fuming at the mouth because he believes that if you don't win a Super Bowl, it's not a successful season. And I disagree with him.
Crazy.
I'm gonna say yes as well, man. They played in the last 2 years. They played 3 extra games. That's a lot of wear and tear on your body, man. To make it to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row, that's a lot. That's a lot of wear and tear, man. So it's a success for me.
The fact that he even got to the Super Bowl is a feat with the roster they had, and I know that was the argument that we had on Monday between myself and Fogg. But the fact that even got there was crazy to me because if I had to put all my chips in, which all of us across the board on our second half predictions on game winning drive back in week 11 or week 10. We were all on board for Baltimore to make it. So, like, for them to be able not having to face Baltimore, but to beat Buffalo and be able to get in, I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due to even make an appearance with that roster. But yeah, I think it's a successful season for the Chiefs.
You can make the argument the Chiefs actually overachieved what they had. Right, you think you make the argument they overachieved, and I think it's relative to who the team is. Like I was thinking about, when you showed the topics, I was like, no, the Chiefs. Like I could see why somebody would think that relative to the Chiefs, but like the Browns always fail. I think the Browns making the playoffs is a successful season. Right, for them,
right,
relative to them. So, like, I think I know this is they overachieved.
It's like Brian. It's like Brian Austin. It's like the Carolina Panthers is the perfect example. They had a great second half of the season. So next year, what's your buildup? What's your ultimate goal? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the ultimate goal for you to have? Say, you know what? This has been a successful season for me. Would be to be above 500.
Yeah,
to maybe make a postseason appearance. That's a successful season because you have such young guys and you're taking over a franchise that's been in the muck since 2015 or 2016, and you are trying to get them back to the promised land. You only can start in baby steps. You can't just take these huge steps and say, "Oh, it's Super Bowl or bust." Like you're not that type of team to say that to them. No. So that's why I love football so much because you want to see them build. Like that's where I'm at with it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but part of the ending is the journey, and I want to see the journey of how you get there.
Yeah, it's relative. It's relative to the team. If somebody wanted to say the Ravens had a failure of a season, I could see why they would think that.
Yes,
because of how good they were and who they got, Derrick Henry. But I wouldn't say it's a failure of a season because your team was 12-5 and you made it to the no, because you're 12-5. It's like it's almost like
you don't think it's a failure season because they took a step back in the playoffs because they went to the conference championship last year and now they lost the divisional.
No, because I look at it from this standpoint, man. There's so many teams that would love to be in the Ravens situation right now, like the Jaguars. You think the Jaguars wouldn't mind having with this season, or you think the Browns wouldn't mind, or like me, my team, that's why I get I get weirded out. I get weirded out when people say, "Oh God, I hate this team." The team they always let me down. I said, "Bro, like you guys are
it's weird logic.
You guys are good."
I get what you're saying on that.
What are you talking about? What do you could inherently be a Browns fan, or you can inherently be like a Cardinals fan, like an irrelevant team. No.
Yeah, if you told the Cleveland Brown fans tomorrow, hey, we're making it to the AFC title game in 2026, but you're going to lose, I'm pretty sure all of them would take that.
Would take that 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the opposite. I think Bills and Ravens had a failure of a season.
The Bills?
Yeah, Bills and Ravens.
Okay.
Let me explain why. They've been there, and they haven't got past that hump. So when are you going to get past that hump? You got to get to that next level, right? So it's like
you have a window.
If you keep doing the same thing, what am I expecting? I'm just expecting you to make it to the championship game and lose. Like it's time for you to make that next hump. Like if I expect you to already make it to the championship game, then that's already a season I'm already expecting. But if I'm expecting you to make the Super Bowl, so they haven't made that Super Bowl. They haven't made that last leap. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a failure of a season if you haven't made it that last leap just to get to the Super Bowl.
So also let me ask you this: based off that, because this brought me back. Based off that, when your team,
Talk to me.
When the Eagles were making those NFC title games years ago, like consecutively, you would call those for failures?
Bro, he was so drinking out of my mom's tip for milk, dude. You don't remember those damn games?
Yeah,
stop it.
07, 08, yeah, for sure.
You were making the conference championship in 08? Oh, with Vic?
They did. Arizona.
Oh, that's right.
We would have played Pittsburgh.
Right. I'm thinking
the conference championship
game?
Yeah.
You sure?
No, that was the wild card game. No, I don't. I think Vic's only made one NFC title game, and it was
Vic. Yeah, that was with Atlanta.
With Atlanta against Philly.
No, Vic wasn't there yet. It was Donovan McNabb.
No. When Vic was on Atlanta.
What year? What year are you talking about, Austin?
The year that Pittsburgh beat Arizona in the Super Bowl. We were in the conference against Arizona at Arizona.
Who's your quarterback? Donovan
McNabb.
Yeah, it was Donovan. Yeah. Not Vic.
Why don't I remember that?
I do.
Because you're not an Eagles fan.
I do. No, he's right. Yeah. No, I thought you said Vic was your quarterback.
So Cardinals beat you guys in the title game?
Yeah.
Yes,
it was Kurt Warner.
Was it close?
Yes, it was close.
Yeah, it was one of those. It was a year. It was close. It was a year where it was like the Eagles.
Jeremy Maclin dropped the pass to get the game-winning score touchdown.
It was a gap. The
Eagles. I remember.
I think the Eagles made the NFL game 4 years in a row, and they finally beat the Falcons in 2004 to make it to the Super Bowl and play the.
Yeah, that's the way we lost to the Patriots.
That's 2009.
And then you guys didn't make it for 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
Until randomly in 08 and then the Cardinals. I remember that. Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
So it's 2008.
Whew.
Oh, there it is. Wow.
Can't tell you what the final score was, but it's close.
I can. 32-25, Arizona.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember that.
Wow, dude. I totally forgot about that game.
Let's get that. Let's go back to 2024.
It was supposed to be an all Pennsylvania Super Bowl.
Bro, you're leading. Exactly. Guess who the Eagles' leading receiver was that game?
Dude, it wasn't Deshaun. It was
No,
it was Maclin. Was it Avant that year?
No. He was number 2.
Dude,
it was some white. He was some white dude. Curtis
Martin?
No, K. Curtis.
Oh, Kevin Curtis.
Kevin Curtis. 4 catches, 122 yards.
Random as shit.
Oh my god!
I think Deshaun scored a touchdown that game too.
Dude, that's so crazy.
Larry
Fitzgerald had 3 touchdowns.
Who?
Larry.
Yeah, he went
9 catches, 152 yards.
That was the year Larry. That was the year Larry.
He took a slant and went straight up.
That was the year Larry Fitzgerald went crazy in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did the same slant in the Super Bowl that he did against us. It took it to the house.
Where he burned Troy.
Yep.
That's right. I remember that. Wow. See, that's what I love talking about football. Talking about the past. That's crazy. Some random ass white dude.
So
he looks like the white guy from the movie program. Oh my god.
I wasn't drinking mom's breast milk then. But but yeah, man. That's my reason on why I think it's unsuccessful season for those two teams.
That's fair. Let me ask you guys something. Just since we understand it, we talk a lot of football, man. That's why I love our banter. because I think we're fair. Most of us are neutral and fair. Is it time? Is it time for it? Brian, I don't know how you feel about this, Brian, but do we consider Lamar Jackson a choke artist in the big games?
I think that depends on your definition of choke artist. I feel like that's such a loaded question. It all depends on your narrative on how you feel about Lamar and what you think a choke artist is, and then however those two things kind of swirl together is what you're gonna get. Like, so personally, I don't think Lamar's a choke artist because I've seen Lamar win games for the Ravens, like literally win games, right?
Right.
In the biggest situations, right?
But in the postseason,
okay, you call a postseason choke artist?
Yeah. No. Well, okay, he's had some bad games in the postseason. I'm not gonna say he's had bad games in the postseason, but he's also had some good ones. And like this past game, they were in that game because of him. Like literally in that game because of Lamar. Like, so like
the second half.
He had a bad game though, that game. Because he throw 2 picks.
He threw 1 pick and he had
one pick, one fumble.
That's right.
So here's an amazing second half. You know, like,
so here's his stats.
Dropped the ball.
Here's his stats. He's 3-5, which I think is I consider that team record. He has 1,753 passing yards. He's only completing 59% of his passes. 10 touchdowns to 7 picks. His passer rating is 84.6. The league average is 95. And obviously we won't get any QBR, but his rushing for the playoffs is 641 yards and 3 touchdowns. And lost fumbles, he has 3 or 5 lost fumbles. So altogether, he has 13 touchdowns and 13 turnovers in the postseason altogether.
Yeah. You know who's the postseason choke artist right now? Justin Herbert. Have you looked at his postseason stats?
It's bad. It's only 2 games.
Terrible. 3 games.
I agree with you.
He has 3. He beat the Baltimore once, and then
that was Phillip Rivers.
Was that Phillip?
That was Phillip.
That was Rivers. That was Lamar's rookie year.
Okay, so he's 0-2. He's 0-2 then.
I don't even count. Honestly, with Lamar, I don't even count
Jacksonville game though.
I don't even count that first game against the Chargers on him because literally he came in the second half of the season and he was just running around out there like a rookie, and he was literally the reason why the Ravens made the playoffs that year because they were on the way to not making the playoffs, and then they put in Lamar. He saved John Harbaugh's job. Flacco goes, he saved
one rookie of the year.
Like Lamar Jackson, the only reason why, John Harbaugh, the only reason why John Harbaugh has a job is Lamar Jackson. That is it. That is it.
Oh, fact.
Right? You know, so I just think
it's hard to argue against the stats though, Brian.
It's not hard. It's not the stats that bother me. It's more so the onus we put on quarterbacks when they win or lose. Like we put so much onus on it, like without taking into consideration of like the coaching, the play calling, putting these guys in the right position. I feel like that has a lot to do with it. Like with Mahomes and Andy Reid, like Andy Reid's not going to put Mahomes in stupid situations like John Harbaugh has, and what's the guy's name? Who's the OC for the Todd Monken has these last couple years. We're not running the football, and
they just extended.
Which he's done a good job, right? It's his body of work is great,
but it's working in the regular season. The problem is though, Brian, is that when you get in the postseason, it's a whole different beast.
Got away with
it's 2 different seasons.
So it's 2 different seasons, but he's definitely been the reason why Lamar has developed.
Who?
Lamar's a better quarterback right now under Monken than he's been under Greg Roman or anybody else. So, like, you pay him for that. Like, yes, he needs to get better in postseason.
I agree.
That's what I mean, though. Like, there's so many other factors. Like there's so much. Like, it's so hard to win in the NFL, man. It is freaking hard. 1,000%. That's why, like, I can't be too hard on these guys when when they choke in the play. There's so many things got to go your way. Like Mark Andrews drops the ball. Shit. What do you want Lamar to do about that? And now we're here talking about Lamar Jackson being a choke artist because this all-pro tight end dropped the ball in the end zone. Like, bro, like it's just one of those. I don't know. I don't think.
What's it's real quick because I don't know his stats in the postseason. What's Josh Allen's stats in the postseason?
Oh,
he's good.
They're ungodly.
He's good.
Okay.
Josh Allen.
I don't know it. I don't know by heart. That's what I'm asking.
But see, that's what I mean, though. Like, but people still call Josh Allen a choke artist
because he lost.
Like they literally
can't beat Mahomes.
Yeah, but like who?
Or
how many people? How many people have beaten Mahomes? Burrow, Brady, and now Jalen Hurts.
Burrow beat him. Burrow beat him in the postseason. Allen.
Yeah, he beat him in Buffalo in the divisional round since he went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is 7-6.
Okay.
He has completed 66% of his passes. He has 25 touchdowns to 4 picks.
That's good.
He has a passer rating of 101. And playoff wise for rushing,
touchdown.
He has, what does that say? Okay, 668 yards and 7 touchdowns. Lost fumbles, 4.
Okay.
So he has 8 turnovers and he has 31 touchdowns total.
Yeah.
Josh has been good in the postseason, but he's had some bonehead plays that cost him games.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that.
So he also has some plays where he should have lost. That Colts game with Philip Rivers, he should have lost that game. Oh my God!
But no one talks about that, right? No one talks about the stats.
I forgot about that game.
No one talks about the stats you can't quantify. Right? You can't.
That's why I take stats and I take context of game and I try to put it.
You can't quantify that. Like
I forgot about that game.
Yeah. All right, boys, let's get into the trade wins here. What is a big name that is likely to be traded this offseason? We have Myles Garrett, we have Micah Parsons, and we came out today that George Pratt, I think that's his name, or Geronimo, what's his name? Gray Pat, the linebacker for Cincinnati, the Bengals. Mm-hmm. He came out today saying he wants to get traded as well. Gerald Pratt, thank you. And those are 3 big names right now that we're seeing. We're also hearing reports from DK Metcalf, from Tyreek Hill. I guess apparently Bob came out today on Twitter. I guess he was there at Super Bowl weekend working for his podcast. And he said more than one person from Tyreek Hill's camp is looking for a trade, and he's playing the good kid role. And so that is going to be out there in existence. So with all that being said, gentlemen, what trade do you guys expect to happen? Also, Myles Garrett came out today and said he will rework his contract, which is a huge
to get traded. Yeah,
to get traded. So, with that being said, Austin, which guy do you see has the most likelihood of being able to go to a different destination starting next season?
Myles Garrett to Philly. Just kidding. I've been telling you this for weeks, bro. You know I've been telling you.
I know.
I think DK's going to the Chargers. I see DK going to LA. I've been saying this for about a month now. I just think he's on the last year of his contract, man. I don't really see them re-upping it. I don't think he wants to be there with Geno. I say he goes to LA. That will be my biggest one. I think Parsons stays. Myles Garrett gets traded. Don't know where. I have no idea where. He could go anywhere. But I'm going to go with DK to LA.
Okay. Brian?
Honestly, I was thinking about this today. He's a guy that I feel like the team is done with him, but I think he can still add value somewhere. I would like to see Debo get traded to the Commanders. Only because
that's a good one.
I think Debo
he for sure gets traded.
Still valuable as far as his skill set, and he would be a great number 2 weapon in that offense for Terry McLaurin, and you can use him in different spots. Yep. And I think he'll be newly motivated because he's on a team that can win. I would like to see Debo traded to the Commanders if that happens. And I think Debo can help a lot of teams. Like, I would love to see him in Pittsburgh. I think the Niners are
That's
kind
what I
of.
said.
Brian, do you think Debo would rework his contract?
No, that's the thing.
I don't think so. I don't think so
Not
either.
a chance. Not a chance.
I don't think so either.
That's going to be his hiccup.
Yep.
If he doesn't rework his contract, and that's going to be
a lot of salary, brother.
A lot of salary to take on, and that's why it's
I
weird,
go
right?
Denver too.
I've always said I felt like Debo was vastly overrated. I've always said that about Debo Samuel.
I agree.
I've never felt like he was elite. He had that 1 year in 2021. I don't know when it was. Yeah,
the year that got
it was 21. It was like 21 or 22. I want to say.
Yeah, one of those years. The year that got him paid, and he hasn't even come close to that since.
No.
But I still think he adds value. I still think he's a guy that can play be a number two.
It's a good fit though. That's a good fit. I like that destination.
So I would love him in Pittsburgh. I love him in. He's a good veteran.
But see, do you want him in Pittsburgh, O'Brien, with all that dynamic with George Pickens and I feel like they would just cause so much distraction.
I don't think I don't think Debo's a distraction. I think Debo is just I think he's a guy that just wants to win. I think he's a guy that it's just kind of has he says a lot, right? He doesn't say anything horrible. He doesn't really seem like a guy that's trying to break up a locker room, but he just
okay.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't care.
I like those three teams. I like the Pittsburgh and Washington and Denver. I think Fox said Monday Denver, right, Brian? For Debo?
For Debo, Denver. Fox with Denver, yeah.
I like those three teams. For me, you said one of the teams I think that's going to be a big trade partner. I think the Washington Commanders are going to go crazy this offseason. And I think they're going to go get Myles Garrett. I really do. I think they're going to be able to go get him and work it out a deal and trade him over there, and that's going to make their defense even more. They have to do something because they're playing against Philly twice a year.
Yeah,
they have to make a move. They are
3 times.
I would consider them being one of the better teams heading into next year, probably a top 10 team. I would make the argument probably top 5 to make this move would make them comparable to at least try and make something happen against Philly, because Philly ain't losing that many people, man. So it's gonna be NFC, and the NFC runs through Philly. That's how I see it next year.
And we have a lot in the cap too, man.
Honestly,
it's disgusting.
I was gonna. Are we gonna talk about Mahomes later?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'll save what I'm gonna say, but I will say this. I think the Ravens, they won't do this because I think honestly I have a theory to why they don't get Lamar the help. And I can share it with you guys really quick if you want me to. But they're not going to get Lamar a big target receiver, which they should. I think they should get DK Metcalf, but they will not do that. Ooh. They will not do that because they just feel like my theory is this. Really quick. I've always felt like guys like Lamar or Michael Vick never got the help they needed because I feel like the guys up top feel like they're enough. You alone, you're so talented. You alone can take us where we need to be. We don't need to get some big acquisition. We don't need to get some big. You alone are one. Why you want to sell tickets? And I honestly feel like Michael Vick was the show more than I feel like they wanted to use Michael Vick as more of a show than actually help him win. So they just said, forget it. We don't need to get you a lot of help. You're the show. Tickets are selling out. That's my theory.
Are you talking about Vic in Atlanta?
Yeah, Vic in Atlanta. And my theory is
his best player was Algie Crumpler. That was it,
right? Or people argue
Ward Dunn.
Or Ward Dunn. Or older Ward Dunn.
Did he have Ronnie White?
Nope.
No.
That wasn't Ronnie White's era?
The year Roddy White. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
With Joe.
He did have Roddy White, but Roddy White wasn't Roddy White until Mike went to jail the next year.
Oh, so he wasn't Roddy White till Matt Schaub?
Yes. Yeah, right.
I would never have guessed that.
No, not well. Yeah, well, actually, Matt Ryan, right? Because
really?
I think Roddy White got drafted in 2005. Vic was there, but Roddy White was having some issues, fitting in and issues.
I remember that. Yeah.
Vic goes to jail, then they start Matt Schaub and Roddy White starts taking off pretty much.
Wow.
So yeah, Vic never had Roddy White. But anyways, I just feel like they believe Lamar, as talented as Lamar Jackson is, he's enough.
Okay.
Right. So yeah.
I agree. On another note, dude, I think the one to be underrated move that could happen, Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson might get traded.
Ooh.
And I think Garrett Wilson might
I just
go
don't see
to
the Jets doing that.
I think Garrett Wilson might be the one going to Washington.
Okay. If I had to pick, I would rather take Garrett Wilson than DK just because he's younger.
By 1 year?
Is it 1 year?
Yeah, DK's young, bro. DK's only like 26.
He's young, dude. No, he's young. Yeah.
Garrett's only 25?
I think Garrett's 25 or 24, maybe 2 years.
Oh, that's okay.
Let me see. Garrett Wilson.
I don't know.
They're young guys. They're young guys.
They're young. DK came in young.
This
Garrett,
is a thumb.
Garrett's 24.
I think DK's
Garrett's
26.
24 and DK's 27.
Oh,
3
he's
years.
27.
But he's the young. He just turned 27 in December. So he's
Okay, so 2 years,
okay.
and, like 2 years and some months.
2 years
Yeah.
and some change.
This is a thumbs up, thumbs down segment. Give me your thumbs up, thumb down, and just give me a few reasons why you think it's not going to work out. Will Kellen Moore, who just accepted the new position as head coach for the New Orleans Saints, it was announced this morning. Will he be successful in New Orleans, Austin? Yes or no? Or thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs down. You want to explain?
Yeah, like a few sentences order.
Thumbs down for me. Just what's there to build around, guys? What are we building around? What do we got? We got Alvin Kamara, who's fucking 40 years old, and we got Chris Olave, who can't even stay on the field. And
Yeah, it was announced. It was announced today. It was announced today that they are looking at 4 guys to be casualties, like it is every year for New Orleans. But Alvin Kamara, Derek Carr, obviously
terrible.
The cap situation is really bad. Juwan Johnson's a free agent, and Chris Olave is already. I think he might have another concussion. Just typing. So it's a lot of issues right now for New Orleans. But Brian, what do you think?
This is tough, man. The cap, they're in cap hell.
Worst team.
They're in cap hell. So, like, I mean, short term, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of success. But if they give him time,
oh yeah, that's different.
And they allow him to find his quarterback, and give him time. I don't know how Kellen Moore is gonna be as a coach. I have no idea. I do think this. I do like him here better than in Dallas because at least I feel like here he's gonna have a little more control than he had in Dallas. So he's gonna have a chance to fail on his own doing, not someone else's. So he will have a shot. It's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be so damn hard to win in that. No one even wanted that job.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why he took it. I don't get it.
2 thumbs down for me, man. And I wrote a piece on this a couple weeks ago on the New Orleans Saints and how they could have easily, from when Drew Brees retired back in 2020 in the playoffs when he lost to Brady, they could have took those years and gone back over the cap or under the cap, and they thought they could be contenders with Jameis and with old boys named the Swiss Army knife guy, but yeah, Sean Payton was an idiot for that. But overall, man, I think. Why would you want this? Like, I understand you want to be a head coach really bad, but you could easily rode out with Philly for another year and then wait and see what New Orleans, because I think New Orleans is going to be picking in the top 3 for the 2026 draft, which way more talent's coming out, especially at the most important position. Then you take that spot. Then you can groom the quarterback that you pick and be able to build around that as your foundation. You're not going to be able to do this. This is going to be a waste of a year.
100%.
What are you getting? I don't even know where they're picking.
Here's the thing, though. Here's why. My saying is this. And you know, this Bobby Slowick should have took this advice. You got to strike when the iron is hot, man. Like Kellen Moore is hot. Like, because look, think about if the Eagles if the bottom falls through the roof or through the bottom of the Eagles next year.
No, for sure.
Something happens to Jalen Hurts or something. I don't know. Jalen Hurts, I don't know, right?
That's a fair point.
And they blame Kellen Moore. He's not hot anymore.
Point.
Brian Slowick was the hottest OC at one point. He came back. He said, "Let me wait, chill," and he was fired, which is crazy.
I think he got a bad deal, man, because that old line was trash.
Hey, it's the NFL. It's all about optics. Kellen Moore had to. It was either this. I get what Drew was saying. He could have waited, but who's to say there's not some hot shot coordinator that the Saints will want next year?
Who's to say that New Orleans won't fire him after 1 year?
That's what I was going to say. The way short.
Like it goes both ways.
Nobody wanted the job.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, real talk.
Well, I mean, I get that part, but
it's very rare that the team. It's very rare that the team is the beggar.
Yeah,
that's super rare.
They had, like I said, they had
the reason why. There's the reason why Mike McCarthy said, "I'm going to take the year off."
Right. Brian McCarthy said, "You know what? I'm going to go spend time with my family."
Bro, you made me go from Dak to this.
We know these football coaches.
Come on.
We know these football coaches hate their families, right?
Oh, they do.
He's like, I'd rather go coach high school.
Thumbs up or thumbs down, Brian? You get to start the segment. Will Patrick Mahomes have more MVP awards than Peyton Manning?
He has 3, right? Pat?
He has 2.
He has 2. Manning has 4.
Manning has 5.
5? Holy crap.
Really? He has 5. He has the most.
No, you know what?
Aaron Rodgers has 4. He's second.
I didn't know Manning has 5.
Yeah, Manning has 5.
He has 4 in Indy and 1.
I think Brady has 3.
Yeah. Well, I will. 5 is a lot. Good Lord.
That is a lot.
That's a lot. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna say thumbs down, but I do think Mahomes wins 2 more.
5-time. He's 5. It's 5.
I think Mahomes will win.
He's a 5-time MVP, 7-time All-Pro.
Wow, that's a lot of me. Well, he was co-MVP 1 year, right?
Yeah, with Stephen there.
So like 4.5. Like, I mean, let's be real here.
Sure, we can go for it.
but
4.5 MVP.
I hate the co. I hate the co-MVP. It's so.
I hate co.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That was a gimme.
I'm gonna say Mahomes is gonna win. I'm gonna say thumbs down. I think he wins 4.
Okay.
But I do believe, I want to save this for this segment. I do believe the Chiefs are pissed off, and I do believe
they're
going to make a move for Devontae Adams the way the Patriots made a move for Randy Moss. And I honestly believe at some point Mahomes is going to have. I know Fogg said Mahomes is never going to have a 50 touchdown season again. I beg to differ. I think he's going to have 1 more or 2 more by the time he's done, because honestly, I believe that I think they are going to get somebody like Devontae to help just say, okay, you know what? We're tied around playing the whole small receiver here, just patch up. They're going to get Devontae. They should. And then I think Mahomes is going to have a gangbuster season. A couple of them.
Yeah.
So I say no, but he's going to win 4.
I'm going to do this. I think he might tie him. So I don't think he's going to go over. I think he might tie him. It's eventually when that cap comes down for he's getting a 50. I think it's like a 51.5 million cap hit next year for Mahomes. He's going to rework that deal.
I'm about to say he'll restruct that.
They'll restruct it and push it back. And I think I don't honestly do in my heart of hearts, I still think the reunion's going to happen with Tyreek Hill. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I feel like something's working where it's going to be we got to get him back now. It's time and that type of thing. I don't know. I'm with you, Brian, on the Devontae. I think that's a great one. I wouldn't be shocked if Cooper Kupp could be a trade potential there for Kansas City, because they already have the speed with Xavier Worthy and they could use that with Cooper. I'm looking at dynamics where it's the peanut butter and the jelly. So, yeah, Chris Godwin's another one. I mean, you could do a lot of things with Kansas City right now on the offensive side. They got to work on their offensive line, obviously, besides center. Center's one of the best players in the NFL, and Creed Humphrey. But I'm doing this. I'm not going to say low or over.
What if they go out and just surprise everybody and go get T. Higgins and outbid everybody?
They could, but that cap is going to be hurting them because you still got Chris Jones for 3 more years. You have Nick Bolton you need to sign as a free agent this year.
Sure.
You got a lot of cats that you need to take care of.
Yeah, T. Higgins wants to break the bank.
Yeah, I'm not going to give T. Higgins 35.
I'm not touching T. Higgins. He wants to break the bank.
No.
I've been telling Andrew this for a long time,
and I'm on your camp. I'm on your side. I don't want T. Higgins to.
You did though.
I do, but then I know what comes with it.
He's gonna break the bank.
He's gonna hurt his toe, and then it's gonna be out for 8 weeks. And
he plays 5 games.
I'm gonna yell at Brian. I'm like, Brian, you don't know shit, and it's gonna be the whole thing over again. So no, I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through it. Honestly, dude, like if it was my perfect world, I wouldn't mind signing, getting a Devontae Adams or bringing back Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen benefits Lab McConkey a lot. So I'm not crazy about getting T. Higgins. I worry more about my interior line and my defense more than I worry about receivers right now. So I ain't paying no guy $30 million that doesn't play all season. So, thumbs up, thumbs down. This is a 2-part question. Let's go to the first part. I'll start first. Is it over now for the Kansas City dynasty? Is it over now? And for me, I'm doing a thumbs down. I still think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be a very, very tough opponent and they're a really good coach team, regardless of who they play. I still think they'll be contenders for years to come. Austin?
Oh, it's not over. Thumbs down.
Okay.
I think they come back, with vengeance, and I can see them in the Super Bowl not next year, but the following year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say thumbs down as well. I think they're going to make some moves this year that are going, like you said, Austin. They're going to come back with a vengeance. I would like to see that, but it's hard to win the league, man. It's hard,
super hard.
I want to reiterate what I said. I want to fix what I said. I think they'll still be contenders. I don't see them. I don't see them having a Super Bowl hangover next year, but I don't see them being a legitimate threat. Because, dude, 3 straight Super Bowls, literally, I remember someone saying something. I think it was Julian Edelman's podcast. Basically, when you win the Super Bowl, when you have that deep run, you literally only have 2 or 3 weeks off, because then you're going to start getting your body back to what it needs to be. You got to go to OTAs. Then you got to go to what's after OTAs? Mini camp. And then you got. He's from March. I remember he said something like March. You're back on your regimen. So it's you really don't have a break. I think that's going to eventually catch up to him, dude. I don't know. It's just something about.
That's why I said it's hard. Yeah, the Patriots. Look, when the Patriots won 3 out of 4 in the early 2000s, they didn't win another one until 2014.
But they did make the Super Bowl, though.
They did make the Super Bowl a couple times. That's true.
2007 and 2011.
Really hard to do.
It's hard, man.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's difficult. That's why I've been saying what the Patriots, Brady, Belichick did was unprecedented.
Respected. I agree.
And as long as they have 1-5, bro, they'll always have a chance.
I agree with you, brother.
I'm not. You know what? Honestly, I'll go out on a limb here. I'm not even willing to say that yet. I'm not willing to say that Mahomes is automatic, as far as
as what?
long as they have him, they're okay.
They can make a playoff. They can make a playoffs. Is that what you're saying?
Say again.
Are you saying that
15? They should make the playoffs for sure.
They should make the playoffs, yes, but I'm not gonna. I don't feel what you guys are feeling when it comes to Mahomes. I don't think he's some unstoppable force. I felt that with Brady. I felt like Brady was an unstoppable machine. I really did. I don't feel I've seen Mahomes get blown out into Super Bowls. I've seen it. I've seen him. I don't think he's as unstoppable as people make him out to be.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Brian.
I don't see him unstoppable.
I have a question for you, because this is interesting, because I talked about the same with the guys at work. Do you think when comparing him and Brady, we all three of us are realists here, and we all agree that Brady made a lot of people's careers from a receiver and tight end standpoint.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you believe Patrick Mahomes has that same talent or leadership, I guess I would say?
I won't. Here's the thing.
I mean,
I think he does because of Juju. He made Juju relevant in the postseason a couple years ago.
I mean, what do you mean, man? What do you mean?
Like he won without Tyreek. He won without Tyreek Hill. He won without Kelce being a factor. You know, he was a factor. Actually, he was a factor.
He was a factor with Alex Smith.
No, I'm talking about last year where people were saying Kelce was falling off. That were.
I mean, he made Worthy look good this year.
Yeah, he's a rookie though. That's hard. It's like I'm talking about like dudes like what we saw what Brady be able to do with Hogan, a lacrosse player that became relevant, a Julian Edelman, a 7th rounder quarterback who became relevant, Wes Walker, the list goes on, Gaffney. I mean, I just watched the 06 Charger game where the Chargers were the number 1 team, and Gaffney was leading the team with 10 catches. Like, that's a nobody. And like that's what I'm saying. Like Deion Branch went to Seattle after winning MVP and was non-relevant, comes back to New England, becomes relevant. Is that like that's what I'm saying? Like, does he possess that ability to get Joe Job and Janky and come in and all three of them could be a perfect fit for what Brady could do? Can Patrick Mahomes do that?
I think he could.
I don't think Mahomes has it up here like Brady. Like Brady was like a coach, an extended coach on the field. Like it's hard to quantify Brady. It's so hard. Like he was a freaking savant. Like he was like,
I know, brother.
That's why you can bring anybody in. He will just be successful. Like I don't.
That's
think
what I'm saying.
Mahomes,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think Mahomes
you can
has
bring anybody in.
No, I think Mahomes is physically better than Tom Brady.
Yes,
like, physically more gifted. Yes, but there's just Brady was different. And I say that because
what would you call that though, Brian? What would you call that trait? To be able to make savant be the word?
Yeah, he's like a savant because he's like somebody that just understands the game of football, especially offensively. Like think about this for a second. Think how many coordinators Brady had in his career. You got 3 to 4, right? It was like a revolving door.
I don't know.
It was Charlie Weiss. It was
Josh McDaniels and Billy O.
Josh McDaniels, Bill O'Brien. There was somebody else.
Are we counting Tampa Bay or are we just counting New England?
Byron Leftwich.
There's Tampa Bay. He's had some guys, man. And then he goes to Tampa Bay. Then he goes to Tampa Bay and he like pretty much whatever the hell he did in New England.
He changed it.
Brought it to Tampa Bay. Yeah. And it was the same exact thing. He made Byron Leftwich look like a hot commodity.
He made him. No, he did. He made him. He made those. He told Bruce Arians to shut the F up. I'm running my offense.
Literally told Bruce Arians to shut up. I'm running the offense, and he made Byron Leftwich look like a freaking genius. When
he did.
And now Byron Leftwich could be nowhere to be found.
Nope.
His name is not mentioned anymore.
He can't even get an interview.
And he was another one that should have struck when the iron was hot. But I don't know, man. I just don't think. And maybe it comes with time and age with Mahomes. He's still relatively young. He's 29 or something like that. So I don't feel that and stuff. I don't feel that. No, I don't feel it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We have a whole nother chapter of Patrick Mahomes, probably another 2 or 3 chapters. So, I'm sorry. I forgot the second part. The reports this morning came out, and now it's because before the Super Bowl, during Super Bowl media week, Travis Kelce had a lot of football left. We saw a guy that was completely defeated. I mean, I'm looking at clips where he's not even running in the second half. So now the report this morning saying he's mulling retirement. Have we seen the last of tight end Travis Kelce's? Have you seen the last of him, Austin? Yeah,
absolutely, yes.
Let
me tell you why. I was listening to. I don't know if you guys watched the New Heights podcast with him and Jason
all the time.
I watched it this morning, and man, it sounded like he was done.
Oh, yeah.
It
Yep.
sounded like he was done.
He sounded like how Jason sounded after you guys lost against the Bucks.
Exactly. He sounds like he's done. He's ready to explore outside because the dude has other outlets to make money, right? He has other outlets to make money.
He just signed an agency contract with CAA for Hollywood.
And he's about to be in a couple movies. So
Yeah.
it's like
He's about to be on Happy Gilmore too.
I think he's done. The routes, bro, you can tell he lost a big step in routes. He can't cut.
He don't even run routes anymore.
Yeah, he can't run.
He goes to.
He barely run.
I don't think Travis Kelce has ran a route in like 5 years.
He'll look good, dude. He looked like his speed's down, everything's down. I mean, like he said, man,
breaking down on him.
like he said in the podcast, he goes, I'm happy with my, coming home and having my happy household and being loved, and he goes, that's what I'm looking forward to. So I mean, I think he's done, bro. I would say I think he's done.
Makes it easy when you're dating someone that's worth over $1 billion. So I mean,
Brian, I'd be happy to go home too. I would love to go home. I'll be home every day. If my wife made it. But
stay home, Dad.
like I said on Two Men Front. When I saw I don't know what quarter it was in. I forget. And actually, Charles, what's the guy? Gardner Johnson.
CJ, CJ.
Yeah, CJ. Yeah, he posted a picture of him like just staring down Kelce, like he did, right? But it wasn't about what he said on the IG post. I saw that live, and usually Kelce would get in the face of guys, right? He walked right by him. I'm like, okay, yeah, Kelce's had enough of this bullshit.
Oh yeah, he's done.
Oh yeah, done, dude.
He's done.
Look at his face the entire from the second quarter to on. Done. He looked like a man that lost his puppy. He was just defeated.
He looked like a guy that's realized, okay, this is a young man's game. I'm finished.
Oh
yes, exactly.
That's right on the money, Brian.
Exactly,
and that's the perfect segue for me to do this. I think this is it for him. I think he's done. I really do. I really,
game, man.
And I want to go on a limb and tell you guys right now, tight end is my favorite position in NFL. Austin knows that. And for me, man, when it's all said and done, I don't think, in my opinion, that he is a top 3 tight end.
Oh, you're tripping.
I don't think it's top 5.
I don't. He's top 5. I just don't think he's top 3. You don't think he's top 5?
No. I think Travis Kelce. Look, man, I think Travis Kelce is a great personality. I think the fact that people look. He's not bad. He's great. He's top 6, top 7.
Top 5?
He's phenomenal.
That's wild.
Wait, Brian, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Like,
okay.
He's just. I feel like.
So Brian, who's your one? Who's your one?
My greatest tight end of all time is Tony Gonzalez.
So is mine. Who's number 2?
I hate the fact that people are trying to compare him and Kelce.
Stop, Austin. Stop. It's not even close.
He's
not, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Not even close. Not even close.
Oh, man. Like,
who's number 2? Who's number 2?
Number 2 would probably be Shannon. Will be
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, could be number 2.
Who's 3?
3.
Gates.
2 for me is Gronk.
Oh God, I forgot about Gronk. Hold on, time out.
So like one. So real quick for me, 1 for me is Tony Gonzalez. 2 for me is Gronk. 3 for me is Sharp. 3 for me is Antonio Gates. 4 is Shannon Sharp. Gates. And 5 for me is Kelce.
I got Witten number 5.
Okay, that's I don't have Witten at 5.
Okay.
I don't. Austin, who's your top 5? Who's your top 5?
Kelsey number 1.
Are you serious?
Honestly,
God.
Over Gronk?
Look at all the records he broke.
Over Gronk?
Austin. I have a question. How old are you?
32.
Oh, I'm disappointed in you.
You are? 31.
Yeah. 31. Sorry, 31. Yeah, 31. I got 31.
That's crazy. What is Kelce?
Maybe 36 yet, mother effer.
Kelce, look at all the records he's broken. How are we not giving him no love, bro? You not put him top 5?
Okay, well, hold on. What? But he doesn't have the most touchdowns. He doesn't have the most catches, and he doesn't have the most yards. So what record are you talking about?
He broke the record of the Super Bowl, right? The
Okay.
most catches.
You mean
in
the
Super Bowl.
postseason? You mean the postseason?
What's he in the record wise for tight end for catches?
I don't even think he's number
Because
one.
I know he passed Tony Gonzalez.
You know, all the tight ends I mentioned on my top
Yeah, for
five,
Kansas City. Tony Gonzalez went to Atlanta.
Gronk, Shannon, Tony, Antonio Gates, definitely just to win. All the guys I have in my top five are true tight ends. I've always said that Travis Kelce is not a true tight end. He's a receiver who's just big as hell, right? Who just turned into a tight end as he got older, right? He's not a guy that he ain't gonna block for shit. That's
no,
one.
his blocking's trash.
His blocking is awful, and I have to say that a tight end is a hybrid of a lineman. It's the reason why I hold Gronk in high regard. Is because Gronk was literally
games though.
But Gronk's impact literally was so much more than Kelce.
Okay,
like
Kelce,
Gronk affected games more because he could block. You literally had 6 linemen on the field, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're not gonna win the argument with me on that. But Kelce is third in yards.
Okay.
He is Tony Gonzalez is ahead of him.
Yeah.
Like Tony Gonzalez would literally be unbelievable today.
He's 5th in touchdowns. Gronk, Gates, Gonzalez, and Jimmy Graham have more than Kelce.
Jimmy Graham has more touchdowns than Kelce?
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yep. Graham has 89. Graham has 89. Kelce has 80.
Is that including playoffs or just regular season?
This is career stats, so regular season.
Graham was
you got to put postseason numbers in there. You got to put postseason numbers in there too.
Well, that's a different season, bud.
No, fuck that. You got to put that as career. We're talking about career.
But
you got to go career, bro. You can't.
If that's the case, Tony Gonzalez is also gonna shed away from it. So will Gronk. Gronk was in the playoffs almost every year of his career.
No.
Yeah. What do you mean no?
He didn't miss.
What do you mean no?
No
he came in 2010. They were in the playoffs every year. He missed 2 years.
Who's that? Gronk?
Yeah. He missed 2 postseasons.
Out of how many years?
Did he retire for a year? Gronk?
Retired a year.
Did he retire a year and came back?
Yeah.
Yeah, retired and came back to Tampa Bay. Like Gronk is.
He retired for like 6 weeks.
I'm almost tempted to move Gronk number 1 because of how dominant he was, and how impactful he was. Like, I don't see that as Kelce. The guys I mentioned were just dominant and impactful. I don't see Kelce being super dominant. I see
he's taking over games though, bro.
I see him being in a system with Andy Reid that gets him open, and he just has a really good rapport with a really good young quarterback with Mahomes.
But can you say the same thing about Gronk with Tom Brady?
I feel like Gronk.
Brady did it without him.
Brady did it without him, but I feel like Gronk was just almost damn near unstoppable. I feel like honestly, in a lot of ways, I'm not trying to slight Tom Brady. In a lot of ways, I feel like Tom needed Brady than Brady needed Gronk, man. I mean, I feel like Gronk is the reason why Gronk put Tampa Bay.
Kelce has the most yards in postseason history for tight end.
Yeah, catches. He has most yards and catches.
Nice, baby.
For a tight end or for anybody?
For a tight end. Not for anybody. Tight end. Gronkowski's 2. Shannon Sharp's 5, which is crazy.
I'm just saying, Kelce, Gronk, you can flip them either one you want. Those are my top 2. Then Gonzalez, and then Shannon Sharp, and then Gates.
I feel like I'm taking Gronk every single day and twice on Sunday over Kelce.
Yeah, so Kelce has the most catches and the most yards.
Like I wouldn't even think twice. If you told me I had to get a prime Kelce or a prime Gronk, I wouldn't even think about that.
Yeah,
no,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
But to say Kelce's not in your top 5 is wild.
You can make him and Witten to me I like Whitney.
Come
I like
on,
Whitney.
win over Kelce, bro.
Whitney was really good. He was really, really
What
good.
you gonna say Heath Miller's better than him?
I like Heath.
All right,
I miss Heath a lot right now.
we got our last one is Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, a top 10 quarterback going into next season. Austin?
We do thumbs up.
Okay, so if that's the case, who's your top 10? Let's all go one by one and agree.
It's hard, man.
Patrick Mahomes is one.
He's in there. Yeah.
Okay. Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Okay. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Jordan Love.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now we agree on 3. Our fourth one, let's go with Jared Goff.
Yep.
I gotta go back to him.
Okay. Baker Mayfield.
Nope.
No.
Okay. Let's go
Actually,
with.
what? No, I'll say yes. He's there. He's in there.
Yeah, Baker's the top 10 for me. Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's 4 that we agree on. CJ Stroud.
Yes. Yeah.
This year, right? This past year?
Heading into next season, what's your opinion on who the top 10 is?
Oh, heading into I guess same thing. That's
Jared Goff.
If we don't agree, then we're gonna move on.
Jared Goff's out of the top 10 for me. Then if we're going into this,
Okay, so Jared Goff's out.
Without Ben Johnson, I don't think he's gonna do much.
Okay,
oh,
so that's
wow.
I'm
gonna say CJ Stroud is. Yeah.
Okay, so all 3 of us agree on CJ Stroud, so that's
Yeah.
5. Okay, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. That's 6. Number 7, Matt Stafford.
Yep.
No.
Dak Prescott.
Yep.
No.
Oh.
Come on.
We can't agree. We got 6 agreed on so far.
There's one guy.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's 7 we agree on. Bo Nix, no, right? Bo Nix, no.
Yes, for me. If we're giving James Daniels the green light, we got to give Bo Nix. He had a hell of a season for a rookie.
Are you okay?
Just saying.
There's no way you think that.
I think him and Sean Payton found something.
Okay.
He can enter it, but he's not there now.
So we're just agreeing on 7 right now. So is Jalen Hurts a top 10 quarterback?
Yes.
Next year.
Yes.
Entering next season?
Brian, you said yes to like 6 other people, so I don't know how you're going to fit 10 in with Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback in the league. He is.
Okay, so
let me put it this way. I did I did a list with a friend, and him and I were going back and forth with Darnold and Jalen Hurts. Right? I thought Darnold was surefire top 10 quarterback. I think my 11, 12, and 13 were like Kyler, Baker, and Jalen. They were my top first 3 out. And I had like Darnold number 10, maybe Goff number 9, something like that, right? I can going into this season, the postseason that Jalen had this year, I'd put him in top 10. He could start there. He could always drop out, though. He could always drop out. Like, yeah,
it's to start. So
yeah.
We got to do our own list because we're not going to agree. All 3 of us are not going to agree. Austin doesn't agree Baker's top 10. You and I agree Baker's top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. It's hard. I think we all need to do our own list when we come back in August and do our rankings. Any last question for the night? Any big surprises onto like just right now on your top head? Take one guy out, take one team out for the AFC and replace that team for the playoffs, and we'll do it for the NFC.
Wait, say it again?
Yeah, say
Take
again.
one team out that made the playoffs this year, the AFC and the NFC.
Oh, okay.
And replace them with one team that didn't make it, that will make it.
Ooh, dude, I gotta think.
Think about it real quick. Just it's just a bold prediction. We don't know anything that's going to happen in the offseason. We don't know anything that's going to happen in the draft, obviously. But just in your heart of hearts, I already got mine for me. I'm taking the Denver Broncos out, and I'll put in the Cincinnati Bengals in.
Okay.
For the AFC. So we'll start the AFC then. Who's bold enough to take a lead?
I'm sorry, B, but I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers out. I'm putting the Bengals in.
That's fair enough. I mean,
you know what? Hey, I'm gonna switch my pick. I'm gonna take the Pittsburgh Steelers out.
No, you can't switch it.
I'm gonna put the Bengals in.
You just took mine.
I'm switching it.
The last 18 seasons, people have been taking us out, and then we always get in. So
that's true.
You know,
that's true.
Facts.
You know,
that's true.
Facts. I just don't like Russell Wilson.
We're not gonna Russell Wilson to come back.
He's not coming back.
So we're doing
AFC, Brian. Take the lead.
AFC, right?
AFC.
AFC. I'm taking out the Texans.
Ooh.
Taking out the Texans, and I
didn't
will.
think about them.
I will. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. This is gonna be a little bit tough. Ready for this? I'm taking the Texans out.
Colts.
And I'm putting in New England.
No, if you take the Texans out, you gotta pick a division winner.
Huh?
You gotta pick a division winner.
Why?
The
Texans won the division. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, I'll take out Denver.
Okay.
And I'll put in New England.
I like that. That's a good one, Brian.
I like that, dude. Drake May.
New England's a good one, Brian.
I put in New England. I think. Yep.
Okay. NFC boys.
I like
Mike
Vrabel. I don't know why Vrabel wasn't coaching. I don't understand.
I don't know.
I never understood it. I don't know. I don't know why the Titans got rid of him and got this other guy who sucks.
They got Josh McDaniels, right, as OC.
Yes.
Back.
We talked about it on Monday.
That's another reason why I think May is going to take off this year.
Yeah,
1,000%.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I got the New England.
Fuck, that's a good one.
All right, real quick, NFC. Who are we taking out and who are we putting in? NFC.
Oh shit.
NFC.
I'm taking the Packers out, and I'm putting in Chicago Bears.
Oh!
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what's funny about that, right?
Caleb Williams and Big
You know what's
Johnson,
funny about
baby.
that?
Oh my god!
I'm gonna. Man, this is gonna be crazy.
Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson.
This is gonna be crazy because I'm. Oh, it's tough. Hold on.
It's tough, bro.
The NFC is so damn jumbled up.
It is.
It's
I
literally.
can't take Washington out. I was thinking
Green
Washington
Bay out, bro. You took Green Bay out.
Red Sox and Alex Bergman just agreed
I don't care.
to a contract.
Yeah,
Green Bay will. Minnesota too. Fuck, I didn't think about them.
Yeah, we don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be.
All right, I'm going on a limb here. I'm going on another limb. I'm taking out the Lions and putting in the Bears
to win the division.
Yep, fuck it. Yeah, yeah. I'm taking the Lions out. I think the Lions are taking a step back. Lions taking a step back.
You're about to get lost in that logo, dude.
No one wants to get.
You like Chicago this year?
You said what?
You like Chicago this year?
I liked Chicago last year. I think Chicago was just stupid keeping the staff.
I think Ben Johnson's going to work.
I think Chicago literally wasted a year where Caleb Williams could have been so much better.
Oh, I think Bears can go off this year, bro.
You guys are.
No. I don't think. I take it back. I don't think the Bears are winning the division. I think the Packers are going to win it.
Well, they have to if the Lions are out.
Yeah, the Lions won the division, Brian.
I know, but I'm saying the Packers.
Packers replace the Lions.
Packers replace the Lions.
Got you.
And
the Bears replace the Packers.
Got you.
Okay.
For me, guys, I think this might be too much of a leap, but I actually like their team in the second half. I talked about it on Monday. So I'm gonna take out the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm gonna replace them with the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh, okay.
That means you know what that means? You know what that means? That means Bryce Young's gonna be a top 3 MVP candidate.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Bryce Young's gonna have a really good year next
I
year.
love Bryce Young.
If they do what I think they're gonna do from an offensive
They
standpoint,
gotta get weapons, bro. They gotta get weapons.
I think they will. I think they will.
It will be poetic justice for me because I still believe Bryce Young is better than CJ Stroud. I'll go to my grave with that. I'll go to my grave with that.
Now we're talking.
I will go to my grave.
Now we're
I
talking.
like Bryce Young. I love
Bryce Young better than CJ Stroud too.
Last one here, guys, and then we'll bounce. Bold prediction. What's your big bold prediction for the offseason? Austin, put you on the spot. Bold prediction. Something that you can pull out of your ass.
Come back to me. Come back to me on this one.
Brian, you have anything in your mind?
Bold prediction.
Of anything, bold prediction about anything or just
anything NFL related that will make us go like, what?
I'm looking at teams right now.
Myles Garrett to Philly.
That's not a bold prediction.
No. I think Garrett Wilson. I'm going to go back to Garrett Wilson. Gets traded. Okay. It's gonna be it's gonna be the Washington. It's gonna be a team in the NFC. It'll be a team in Washington.
Oh, Garrett Wilson to Washington?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. That was bold, but
I think for me, my bold prediction for the offseason heading into the season is going to be the San Francisco 49ers and Brock Purdy are going to come to an impasse. They're not going to agree on a contract extension, and I don't think Brock's going to play. He's going to hold out during the summer, and he's going to hold out during preseason, which strikes the chord with John Lynch and Kyle, and they get the best guy they can get, which is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to start the quarterback for San Francisco week 1.
Wow. All right.
Huh.
Wait, who? Wow.
Huh.
I don't. That's bold. I don't think
that's bold.
I don't think John Lynch is going to do all that. But
that's bold.
Yeah,
that's too much.
No, I mean it's bold. Here, I got. I was trying to look for a team for this guy, and I'm looking through them like.
You got to pick a division, John. Bucks won the division, so you got to pick a division. Go ahead, Brian.
I think that who could he go to though?
Don't pick your Steelers.
No, it's not a steal. I'm just trying to see where will be a good destination for this guy.
Stafford to the Steelers.
I would
like that. I would love that.
I wouldn't like that.
As a George Pickens dynasty owner,
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that because I don't know when the bottom's gonna drop off of Matt Stafford, and it might be that.
I don't care if you don't like it. I like it from my fantasy team. That's why I like it.
All right, I got one. I couldn't think of a team. This might be not. I couldn't think of a team. I got one. I think Dallas trades Dak Prescott.
That was my second. That was my second one.
Dallas trades Dak Prescott to the Raiders.
To where?
To Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Raiders
for their top six, for their top 5 pick, and then for a haul of picks.
Yeah,
right, for a haul of picks. And I think one of them is going to be the number 6 pick. 5 picks.
Yes.
I don't know.
5 or 6. It's one of the
others. I think the Cowboys draft. I think the Cowboys draft not Shador. They don't draft Shador.
Shador be gone.
No, he'll no. Shador will be there. Not Shador. I think they draft Ashton Genty. Because they're ready.
The running back.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Who else is
my thing is with that dude is like his cap hit like 45.
They'll take a. They talked about this morning.
Dead cap like 45.
The Cowboys will have a $65 million dead cap.
Yeah.
If they trade Dak.
Or cut him.
To wait 2 more years. Because they re-signed him.
It's like 65 or 55. It's one of those two.
It's the same rumors as last year when they said that Dak was going to go to the Raiders last year.
That's a lot.
The same rumors.
They're already in cap hell.
You know, honestly, if I was gonna say the Jaguars would trade Trevor Lawrence. But because they got Liam Cole now, they're not gonna do that.
No, they're not gonna do that.
But I was gonna say if they didn't get a new coach, I would have said they're gonna trade Trevor Lawrence. If they didn't get an offensive minded coach, they'll trade Trevor Lawrence.
My third one was gonna be this is gonna be Andy Reid's last.
I'm gonna change mine. Change mine. Micah Parsons gets traded to Buffalo Bills.
Okay, I can see that.
He goes to Buffalo.
I can see it. All right, boys, that's our episode. Everybody that came on, we give about like 40.
One last thing. Sorry.
Oh boy.
One last thing. I will say because I've been a fan of this guy, and I think you and I think over the summer, Drew, you and I talked about this guy because he got paid. I'm ready to admit if he doesn't improve this year and the new coach, I'm ready to admit that Trevor Lawrence is a bust.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, now I just need you to slide over to Drew's side with Tua. Slide over to Drew's side with Tua, and then we'll be there. We'll be complete with quarterbacks. We'll be complete with quarterback evaluations. Just slide a little bit to the left. Do the Tootsie slide. Just slide a little bit to the left. Come on, man. Drake needs love. You got to slide over to the left.
Drake needs love.
He only gets love in Australia. That's about it. My man was playing to the crowd while the Super Bowl was going on. Good Lord.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, that's our episode, man. We appreciate you so much on behalf of Brian and Falk for 2 Man Front. It's been our second year with these guys. Austin came on back finally this year. We had a great time, man. Sorry we didn't get you guys in the playoffs. We were super busy with personal stuff in life. But the 2 Man Front held us down every week. We appreciate them for using our platform as well as theirs through our channel. Thank you guys for all the likes and subscribes. We have about 40 people on watching right now. That's awesome. We appreciate you guys watching the show. And any last things, Austin, before we get out of here?
Just know who the 2024 champs is. It's the Eagles, and it's going to remain that way. Sorry, Andrew, you don't have a ring. Other than that, man, I'm so happy that I got to be back on here with you guys. And Brian, it was good to meet you, man, and good to have a good season with you. Much love, man. Blessings to everybody, and go Birds.
Yeah. Brian, last words before we shut down the season.
Yes, sir. Last words. Just guys, make sure you guys remember the draft is where Super Bowl champions are made. Ask the Eagles. That is where champions are made, not free agency, not by trade. It is the NFL draft. Howie Roseman is maybe one of the greatest GMs we've
he
seen.
Came far away. He's came.
Especially after that Rager pick. Yeah, he's gone great ever since. Yeah, he was on a life deadline right there, dude. Like beep.
The game is won in the trenches, as we all saw. So I'm looking forward to the draft. This is actually a pretty deep defensive tackle draft.
Yeah,
I think if I had to pick another bold prediction, I think Abdul Carter goes number 1. If they were smart,
I'm with you on that.
He goes number 1. I think he's gonna wow people at the combine. I can't wait to watch him at the combine and his workouts. I think he's going to fly up charts. And the Browns, this is why I think the Browns are going to trade Myles Garrett. I think they're going to try to get Abdul Carter. But great season, had a lot of fun with you guys. Can't wait to do it next year.
Yeah, man.
He's good.
We'll definitely come on in March. We will do our draft show. We always do it every year at the end of March, and then beginning of March we'll do our draft recap. Our draft predictions, and we'll do our full team analysis where I pick guys and they make picks, and we'll show it on the board and we'll discuss it. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll see you guys in March. And, man, this has been a great season. Once again, I thank you both for the season that we had, and for Fogg and Alex. And, man, and I know this is like a crazy time right now, and we don't get political in the show whatsoever. But, treat everybody kind and nice, please, man. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Just show empathy and love to everyone, man. That's all I can ask for, including myself. Love you guys. I love you guys so much. Game Winning Drive, man. We'll see you guys next year. Booyah.
Peace.